Hey guys, and welcome to Pirate Hunter Traffy. In today's video, we dive deep into an epic battle between some of the most iconic characters from the vast world of anime. Get ready to witness an all-out war between two legendary brother trios, the powerful Monkey D. Luffy, Portgas D. Ace, and Sabo from the renowned series One Piece, going head-to-head against the indomitable trio of Meliodas, Zeldris, and Estarossa from the action-packed 7 Deadly Sins. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell because you won't want to miss a moment of this monumental battle. And with that, let's get started. So, let's first check out the left team comprising Luffy, Sabo, and Ace's abilities. First up is Luffy. He's the main character in One Piece, who's also the leader of the Straw Hat Pirates. Luffy ate the Gum Gum Devil Fruit when he was still pretty young, which helped him a lot in battle. His whole fighting style is based on his Devil Fruit, how he uses Haki, and his gears, which are special powers. Here are some of Monkey D. Luffy's strongest moves. We have the Gum Gum Over Kong gun. It is very close to the King Kong gun. It is used by Luffy when he changes into Gear 4th Bounce Man. The main change is that it now has Advanced Conqueror's Haki in it, which strengthens the technique. Aside from that, the setup is the same. Luffy continues to blow up his hand until it is huge and then squeezes it to make it stronger. The blow was strong enough to cause one of Kaido's blast breaths to explode inside his mouth, in addition to the damage it would have done on its own. It's clearly one of Luffy's strongest moves so far in One Piece, but it's not the best. And next is the Gum Gum Batarang gun. This is the name of the very new Gum Gum Batarang gun that uses Luffy's new Gear 5th / Awakened form. The Gum Gum Batarang gun is the Gear 5th version of the Over Kong gun. It is set up with both advanced armament and advanced Conqueror's Haki. One big change is that the attack makes Luffy's fist grow so big that it's almost as big as the island of Onigashima. It gives off a lot of power, making it one of the series' biggest Conqueror's Haki battles. Once it landed, it was strong enough to send Kaido flying to the Wano mainland and through the ground, making a dragon-shaped hole. Even though it hasn't been proven yet, this could be the final blow in their fight. If this is true, Luffy's move is almost certainly the best one he's used in One Piece. Next up is Portgas D. Ace, also known as Fire Fist. Ace is a major character because he is the bigger brother to Luffy. Ace is a powerful person. He was part of the Whitebeard's Pirates' main crew. The Flame Fruit, a strong Logia-type devil fruit, is one of the things that makes Ace who he is. This fruit gives him the power to make and control fire whenever he wants. Ace's fighting style is based on mixing his physical strength with his fire powers, giving him much power. His flames often strengthen his punches, which is how he got the nickname Fire Fist. Ace is known for his many strong strikes that show how good he is with fire. Here are some of his most famous attacks. Haiken, Fire Hand, is Ace's most famous attack. He wraps his hand in flames and throws a powerful punch. The power of the fire can do a lot of damage, leaving his enemies burned and helpless. Then we have Hotarubi Hiduruma. Ace sends out a flurry of fireballs, causing a chaotic dance of flames to cover the battlefield. This attack is beautiful to look at and has a wide range of destructive power, making it a powerful way to fight. Last but not least on the left team is Sabo. He gained the power of the Flame Fruit, which used to belong to Ace in the Dressrosa story. Sabo won the game, which wasn't a big surprise. He also ate the Devil's Fruit, which made him even stronger. Sabo's newfound power made him very famous, and people started calling him the Flame Emperor. His strikes can easily kill some of the most powerful people in One Piece. Some of them include the Fire Flame Dragon King and Burning Dragon Claw Fist. This move mixes Sabo's Ryusoken and the power of Mera Mera no Mi. Sabo moves his fingers on one hand to look like talons, he then covers them with armament Haki. Once his hand is covered, Sabo uses Mera Mera no Mi to set it on fire. Then, he uses the move's power to blow away his target. Jesus Burgess is one of Blackbeard's best defenders, and Sabo used this move against him. This strike showed Sabo's strength and how much better he was than Yonko's right-hand man. Then we have his famous Ryu no Ibuki. It is a Ryusoken move in which Sabo destroys his surroundings by clenching his fist. Sabo covers his hands with armament haki and then hits the ground, doing a lot of damage. The power of this attack is based on the idea that everything and everyone has a center or heart. So, a well-placed attack from Sabo can change the whole course of a fight. This attack will probably have more than one way to do it, and Sabo will get a chance to show them as the show goes on. And now, we have Meliodas, Zeldris, and Estarossa on the right team. First up is Meliodas. He is known for his great strength and charm. Meliodas is the owner of the dragon's Sin of Wrath and the captain of 7 deadly sins. Meliodas' strength is one of his most noticeable traits. It is stronger than that of a normal person. Because of his strong physical strength, he can easily beat opponents with just force. Meliodas also has an ability called Full Counter, which is very strong. With this method, he can send any magical attack back at the opponent with twice as much power. This makes it a powerful tool for both defense and offense. Meliodas has also shown off a number of other strong moves in the series, in addition to Full Counter. We have Divine Slayer. Meliodas puts all of his power into a single blow, making it incredibly strong and able to wipe out his enemies. This move shows how he can use all of his incredible strength in a single deadly blow. We also have Hellblaze. Meliodas has the dark and deadly power of Hellblaze, a magical ability. He can make his moves, usually sword strikes, and have demonic flames that burn his enemies when they hit them. Next up is Zeldris. Zeldris is the leader of the Demon Clan's elite force, the 10 Commandments. He has a lot of power and is respected by his friends and foes. He is a scary opponent on the battlefield because he is good at fighting and knows how to use his sword well. Zeldris also has the power of the Demon King, which gives him even more amazing skills. Here are some of his strongest moves. First up is the Ominous Nebula. Zeldris gathers dark energy around him to make a dark cloud surrounding his enemies. This method sends out a barrage of dark projectiles that can hurt multiple targets badly at the same time. Then we have his amazing move called God. Zeldris calls on all his power and charges forward with incredible speed, swinging his sword in a way that does much damage. This attack is quick and accurate, and it can cut through barriers and knock out opponents. Last but not least is Estarossa. As one of the 10 Commandments, he shows off his skills and becomes one of the main character's biggest enemies. Some of Estarossa's strongest moves are Darkness. Estarossa can control and shape darkness, which he can use to cover himself or his enemies in a shroud of shadow. This ability gives him better offensive and defensive skills, so he can attack with devastating force from the shadows. Full Counter. Estarossa has the same full counter power as Meliodas. He can send any attack, physical or magical, back at the enemy with more power. This method lets him use the power of his opponents against them, making it a deadly way to both defend himself and attack. Estarossa also has a unique commandment, Love, which plays with people's emotions. His dark powers and relentless drive make him a fascinating character. As two strong groups met on the battlefield, there was a lot of tension. On one side stood Luffy, Ace, and Sabo, the brothers from One Piece, ready to fight with all their strength. On the other side, the powerful trio of Meliodas, Zeldris, and Estarossa from 7 Deadly Sins gave off an air of darkness and strength. The fight between these two huge entities was about to start. Luffy, who had an unbreakable will, stepped forward with a big smile. "Hey, you guys! Are you ready to get beat up by the next Pirate King?" His voice had a hint of cheekiness to it, but he was very determined. The leader of the 7 Deadly Sins, Meliodas, cracked his fingers and smiled. "Don't underestimate us, Straw Hat. We're not going to give up without a fight." His demon power rushed around him, making him more sure of himself. With a burst of haki, Luffy launched himself at Meliodas, his fists crackling with power. The two fighters exchanged rapid blows, each demonstrating incredible speed and strength. Meanwhile, Ace faced off against Estarossa, the Love Sin. Ace conjuring searing flames that danced around him, and Estarossa met his fiery assault with darkness-infused attacks. The battlefield turned into a blazing inferno as the two clashed, displaying their elemental prowess. Sabo, also the wielder of the Fire Fruit, confronted Zeldris, the Piety Sin. Their swords clashed, emitting sparks of fire and dark energy. Sabo's mastery of fire allowed him to counter Zeldris' darkness-based attacks, creating an awe-inspiring spectacle that left everyone breathless. The battle raged on for what seemed like an eternity as the combatants pushed themselves to their limits and beyond. Each brother showcased their unique abilities, and the sheer power they possessed shook the very earth beneath them. The spectators watched in awe and fear, realizing the magnitude of the battle unfolding before their eyes. Despite their fierce determination, each side seemed evenly matched, and a sense of mutual respect grew between them. It became apparent that none of them were willing to back down. Both trios fought not just for victory, but to test their limits and improve as warriors. As the fight reached its climax, Luffy, Ace, and Sabo gathered their remaining strength for one last, explosive attack. Meliodas, Estarossa, and Zeldris mirrored them, preparing for a final strike of their own. The energies clashed, causing a shockwave that sent everyone flying back. When the dust settled, the battlefield lay in ruins, and the brothers stood exhausted but determined. None had managed to defeat the other. A sense of camaraderie grew among them as they realized they were all warriors of unparalleled strength and conviction. With a nod of respect, Luffy, Ace, and Sabo acknowledged their adversaries, and the 7 deadly sins returned the gesture. They parted ways, knowing that their paths might cross again one day, but for now, the battle had come to a draw. Well, that's it for today. If you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.